speaking, I wouldn't really say, look, edit this up and put it out. I would tell you do whatever. But just right now,
the Funk Flex in this one.
Well, because of Funk Flex, you know, at Hot 97 and now Ebro, you know, he texts me and he asked me to come on the show, and I was like, I'll come on the show, but just make sure, you know, Flex is there so we can have a conversation. And I don't understand why they're so afraid of just having a conversation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why I don't deserve to have a conversation? Like, he has a mic, he's yelling, he's screaming, and that's fine. But I don't think that's the way men our age should talk, and I think we should lead by example and show the culture, because we're older, how we should conduct ourselves, you know?
Right.
And I just don't think Flex is used to someone talking back to him because, you know, he controls such a powerful slot in radio, so that he can say what he wants, and he's not used to somebody speaking back.
Right.
You know, I don't understand why he's so hyped about the fact I just asked for a conversation. I mean, as it is, you know, the reason why Flex has been airing out what his perception of my business is over another man, which is questionable to me off top. But then he just continues to keep talking, you know, and it's just like, all right, well, let's talk then, you know?
Right.
Why keep yelling? Like, that's not the way people communicate. If there's really a message here,
right.
You know what I mean? And I also just don't understand this concept of other men counting other men's pockets for other men. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really, like, it's weird to me because you can't do that well in real business or even where I'm from in the street.
Right.
You know, that just doesn't add up to me. So sometimes I'm not answering. It's like I'm rolling dice with somebody and somebody else asking me or speaking on the dice or asking me why I'm rolling it or why I'm doing my rules, and they don't have no money on this. You have nothing to talk about. It can usually get you decked. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get that. You know, and you know, I don't know. So I just, Ebro texted me and he asked me to come on the show, and I was like, cool. And he started Twitter, and I'm calling. I mean, I was like, cool, but let Flex come, and he didn't pause, and he didn't want Flex to, I guess, be in the same room with me. I mean, there's no violence about to happen. And then he started to Twitter out, I'm talking to Dame, and you know, when we went back and forth, and it was like his perspective just blew my mind, you know. And I have no problem talking to Ebro. Right. He says things and he speaks things that he's talking to a lot of people, and he's saying things that aren't factual, and he's discrediting people, and that's, you know, that's not fair to make an honorable man look dishonorable on any level, right. Especially when it's none of your business.
Right.
So, you know, Ebro, you say, you know, you're articulate and you're smart, you know, and so let's have a conversation.
Right.
And you know, yeah, absolutely, this is a publicity stunt. I definitely want to bring attention to everything I'm doing, and I want to use all the people that are violating and exploiting our culture to do so.
Right.
Just like they do it to us. So Joey, I'm not easing up off him. I don't understand him either, like how he doesn't feel he should have to speak, or what he's scared of, or what his publicity department over at Interscope is telling him.
Right.
But I don't see how he could be a boss and tell people what to do with any kind of authority, and he's not leading, you know, as a strong leader. He won't even fight for himself. So how could he expect people to fight for his company, and he won't fight for himself?
Right.
You know, I don't see how he could look the people that he works with in the face. I mean, I just don't see. And if that's the case, then he's not there to do any job. He's just there as a position.
Right.
And if that's and you know, I don't even understand why his title is president of Urban. That's disrespectful. I'm curious to know why. What did he do to be president of Urban? What does that even mean? So I just want to ask. No disrespect. I'm
really
just curious.
Just a debate.
A conversation, because he might shed some, you know, a perspective that I haven't seen. He might be dead right, and I'm willing to accept that publicly. But I do have questions, and I think they're questions that a lot of other people ask, but they're not in a position like I am to ask. And I think it's entertaining, and I think that it's cool that you'll be able to see it on my own independent television network. You know, right. And if I'm gonna do press and promote it, why not do it in this way? Absolutely. And why wouldn't he want to help me promote myself as another black man that works for somebody else and doesn't own anything, no parts of what he's protecting? So Ebro, I'm calling you out. You know, I don't see that you say you're articulate. You have an executive job, plus you're an entertainer. You asked me to come on your show, and I'm asking you why you won't come on mine. You know, no beef. Let's just keep it smart.
I mean, pretty much, like, what about what Flex was saying about you should be happy that these people put you in a position to make the money you did.
I told you I can't really have a conversation with Flex about anything because he has a job and I don't.
Right.
So his perspective about asking me about how I should appreciate what someone else from his perspective gave me, it's a different language to me. Like I can't speak, I don't even like to even spend too much time on one particular person. He's in my rear view already, pause. Like, it's just, I just, it's like I'm in the twilight zone, you know what I mean? Like they're publicly, the things they're doing publicly, I'm like, it's kind of embarrassing. I know their families is asking them like, what you doing? And why? And why you yelling? Like, why don't you just talk regular without the bombs and all that? But the good thing is there's always a platform like now. Like, I'm not on the radio every day, but every time someone says something that can invoke attention to the cause, I can get right there and speak back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, Ebro, I think you're scared, man. I think you're scared of me. And I'm talking about on an intellectual level. Why are you scared? What are you scared of? I'm sure you talk a very big game in front of people that, don't really understand exactly what's going on. And I don't see how you as a person in the radio industry could intelligently speak on someone else's business in another industry. And I think you should lead by example and promote, something positive as opposed to always promoting the negative in hip-hop and making money for it from someone that has no respect for hip-hop and you don't own none of it. And why are you scared? Don't be scared. You're scared in front of everybody. All your girls, everyone that loves you, they're watching me call you out. On an intellectual level, of course. Nothing violent, nothing ignorant. Let's lead by example. A lot of people are watching. Let's talk it out. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not mad at anybody.
Right.
At all.
Makes sense.
He wants to interview everybody all day and make money from it, so why don't we interview him sometime? See where he's at with it. As opposed to him being a spectator and a fan and always judging the game, come play it. Get in it. Pause. I don't care how big the corporation is that's backing you. If it's not your money, you're not the boss.